and hit up the lead guy, bro. Holy, my biggest regret is not jumping on earlier. So we're a building company, residential renovations extensions. We've been using Mike for 8 months now.
Yeah, nice.
It's been great.
Yeah, sweet as. Whereabouts were you guys at before we started kicking off together? What were you guys up to?
Like everyone, bro. Word of mouth is what we're sort of leaning towards. Starts off well,
Yep.
but then you sort of end up at a dead end once everybody sort of stop talking about you.
Yeah. That was the main problem back then, just relying on the word of mouth and
Yeah, word of mouth and obviously connections, past connections that were sort of made, but it just wasn't sort of consistent. It wasn't consistently. We were always there was always that break in between jobs finishing and starting.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part.
yeah, nice. What kind of impact was that having on the business at the time?
Oh, massive impact, every business owner would know that, job security and the flow of work is probably the most important, because it allows you to have that cash flow, to sort of operate the business.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I mean, how's it been over the last 8 months? I think we did a tally up of what
Yeah,
we've
man,
done.
the last
That's
8
not-
months,
Yeah.
crazy when you look at it, we do, in the last 8 months, 292,000 in sales, confirmed sales. So I'm not too sure how many leads, but man, there was a shitload of leads coming through.
Yeah.
But 292,000 says it all, man. It's a
Yeah.
testament to the work that you do, bro.
Yeah, nice. And that's mainly been the cladding jobs, right? We've been mainly doing cladding. And how have you found some of the cladding? Like you do the work and they'll hit you up for some more.
Yeah, so with the cladding jobs, obviously that's what we're sort of subscribed with you for. But then most of the times when we do turn up, they realize that we are builders, that we do everything else as well. So we end up getting a little bit more. So in that 292,000, there's a lot of building work in there too. It's not just cladding.
Yeah, for sure. So there's a couple upsells in there too.
Yeah, most of them sort of open up into renovations, decks and fences and re-roofs, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, solid. And there's still some quotes outstanding, right? Because obviously with the cladding, it can be a bit of a slower burn, but
Yes, the outstanding is more than the sales, to be honest. Cladding jobs obviously take a little bit longer to secure because of council, consent and submission and everything. But there's definitely a lot in the pipeline.
yeah, nice. And how's kind of business now that we've got the lead flow problem kind of solved in the business?
Yeah, it's exactly what we wanted. That constant workflow, the keeping me on my toes anyway, keeping me busy pricing jobs and
Yeah.
doing visits. They're good quality leads as well, actually. Not many tie kickers, as we call it. They're quite good leads. We've come up with a few systems to sort of make it easier so we're not running around half the time, because there are so many leads, man. It's almost hard to keep track.
Yeah. How did you find kind of going from word of mouth leads to the paid leads? Because obviously there can be the tie kickers in there, but there can also be the good ones. How did you kind of manage qualifying them?
So what we done was we sort of drafted up a questionnaire. We sort of sent them a link to our website questionnaire where they have to provide a little bit more detail as to what they want, because there is a lot of people out there that's just looking at price to sort of price compare. But then there is the genuine, clients who are sort of, you want the proper answers, not just the price.
Yeah.
So we just sent, as soon as we get the lead come in, we fire away a link, and obviously the ones who are serious enough to fill out a 10-question questionnaire are the ones who, are actually keen. The ones who don't, they're the ones that we don't really want.
Yeah, no, nice work. Yeah, it takes a while to get the systems in there, but once the leads are in, you've got a good sales system, can be quite good. So
Sure.
What would you say you like most about working with me at the League Guide?
The transparency, like from the get go, it's pretty straightforward. You know, you deliver the promise. You know, you tell us you'll get the leads. This is usually how much leads we'll get. And I stand by it, man. Looking at the numbers now, shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, man. So the system, just yeah, being able to sort of chat to you whenever, like I can fire. You know, us being business owners, we're quite busy, so. If I'm sending you a message at like 10 o'clock at night or something, you're pretty rapid response. So that's quite good.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. And then last question, what would you say to someone who was where you were, who wants to be where you are now, who's maybe on the fence with getting some leads going?
And hit up the lead guy, bro. Probably, you know. My biggest regret is not jumping on earlier and getting those other services that's already taken. And that's what sort of sets you apart as well. You know, a lot of people are sort of, you know, offering leads for every single service where you sort of pinpoint it to a certain sort of task or job.